And with Nadi Shodhana practice, what we're looking to do is balance the left and the right side, so the feminine and the masculine energy. One is quieter, one is more active and agitated. And so we're finding a balance between them. So bring the right thumb onto the right nostril and begin to inhale through the left for 3, 2, 1. Plug and exhale right, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right side, 3, 2, 1. Plug, exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left side, 3, 2, 1. Plug, exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale same side, 3, 2, 1. Plug, exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale same side, 3, 2, 1. Plug, exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale same side, 3, 2, 1. Plug, exhale, 3, 2, 1. Continue. Trust yourself to find the flow. Taking a few more rounds of breath in this Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, and knowing that this focus on balancing prana, our life force energy, is bringing a sense of safety and peace to the body. The conscious breath sending a message to the nervous system that we're safe, and that it's okay to be here, to settle. Such a powerful practice, Nadi Shodhana. Next time you find yourself exhaling through the left nostril, I want you to just find yourself breathing in through the left for 3, 2, 1, and then keep the right nostril plugged and simply breathe out through the left. So now we're just going to breathe through the left nostril. And if the inhale is for 3, see if you can make the exhale for up to 6. So making the exhale longer. And what we're doing as we continue this breathing through the left side is actually really consciously calming the yin, the feminine. This is a great way of grounding the body, the energy. You can even lie in bed at night and just breathe through the left nostril to help settle the system. It's a really good anxiety technique. After the next 2 breaths, coming to an end of this practice and simply bringing hands to rest. Palms can face down on the thighs. Maybe the left hand cups the right hand with the thumbs touching in front of the body. Find the position that works for you, that offers the possibility of steadiness. And we're going to begin this exploration of mindful practice. So remembering the 2 aspects of this practice. The first is, can we keep finding our way back to the present moment? Can we remain with awareness in the present moment as much as possible? And we use anchors to support that process, understanding the mind will whiz around from the past to the future with all its thinking. And we want to get really curious about the reality of what is actually here. What can we really feel in our body? What can we be aware of through our senses? What is the sensation of the breath like in the body? So that's the first part, and we'll explore each of those different anchors. And then the second part is, can we notice when the mind takes us away from the present moment? May we notice that? And we do that just with the practice, thinking, we just name it, we see that thought, and in doing so, we become the witness to it rather than the reactivity within it. There is a thought, there is my mind thinking. Okay, thank you. And then come back to the present moment. That is the practice again and again. And so we begin first with the physical body as our anchor to the present. So I invite you to scan from your body, and either you can scan from the toes all the way up through the legs, all the way up through the torso, the arms, the hands, the neck, the face, the back. Just being super curious as to what the experience is. Otherwise, you can just stay in global awareness and scan and keep moving to wherever you feel the sensations. Either you can order it through the whole body, or you can just step back into spacious awareness and observe your body and notice, what can I feel now? And go to that and be very aware of what it is that you can feel until perhaps another sensation draws you to another part of the body. So it might be for me that I start with, okay, I can really feel my back. And I get really curious, what is that like? What is the sensation? What am I feeling? And then when I spend some time, I might notice another sensation in my knee. I might find my way there, and then it might be that there's a tingle or an itch on my face, and I would observe that. So I keep looking for the stimulus that arises in my body for my attention. Noticing whenever the mind wanders with those words, thinking, and then come back to the moment. Where is the mind? Where is the attention? Can it be with the body, with the sensations that are here? Notice if with the sensations, the mind wants to create stories about maybe why your back is hurting, or maybe why this feeling is there, or what that means. That is thinking. Notice it. Thinking, thinking, thank it. And then come back. Rather than a story, the description, we are painting a picture that can only be put together through the observation of our mind, through the observing quality of our awareness. And now the senses, exploring the senses as the anchor for our attention. Simply taking your time. We've already worked with the physical bodies, so it could be said the felt sense of touch, perhaps. Perhaps now exploring what can be heard far away, close by. There's a mention of how nature has perhaps flourished just a little bit more in these shifting global circumstances. So is there the sound of nature, of birds? What can be heard? What is here in this moment? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste? What can you feel? Consciously scanning the senses, getting really curious. What is actually here in this moment? We lose so many moments of our life, so many gifts, because our mind is racing into places that are either past or don't yet exist. What gifts are here in this moment? There's so many if we are only able to turn our attention towards them. Remembering these two aspects of the practice, the present and the noticing. Where's the mind? Now let's bring that awareness to a new aspect of this moment, the breath. So just for some moments, noticing the breath entering and leaving the body, maybe through the nose, maybe through the mouth. The quality of that breath, what the sensation of the breath entering and leaving might be. And we can come into the practice of shamatha, the peaceful abidance of breath. As you inhale, notice the breath coming into the body, saying the words, I'm inhaling 1, seeing the number 1 appear in the mind's eye. As you exhale, the number 1 disappears with the words, I'm exhaling 1. And so on, I'm inhaling 2, see the breath enter, the number appear. I'm exhaling 2. Finding your way again and again to the breath, using the counting and the presence of the breath as the anchor. And whenever the thought arises, simply noticing, thinking. Where is the mind? Where is the attention? Can it be brought back to the now, to what is here in this moment? And from this presence, from this awareness, just for some moments, we might open up and expand our view of what is here, so that perhaps can begin to include any of the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, the experiences that are present Maybe right now in your life, maybe right now in this moment. Just reflecting for a moment and just exploring if there's anything at this time in your life which perhaps feels challenging, uncomfortable. We just want to use this as an opportunity to explore the steps of self-compassion. The first step is, can we notice? So just finding that focus. It might not be the most challenging thing in your life right now. Maybe it's a slightly lesser challenging focus, but once you choose it, just get really curious about it, really noticing it, really observing it, how it exists in your life. Maybe it's that discomfort at the space that is now present in our days where once there was busyness. Maybe there's uncertainty about the financial future, how things are going to play out. Maybe there's worry about loved ones or yourself, your health. Just once you've found that which is perhaps causing these ripples within you, spending some time really focusing on what that looks like in your life. And as you focus on that, see if you can notice what the sensation, what the experience of that is in your body. What the sensation and the experience of that is in your body. Can you notice any feelings at any places, any parts of your body as you reflect upon this? Can you notice what it feels like in your body? Maybe there's a sense of heaviness or tightness or agitation or sadness, just naming, not the story, not sentences, but rather words, as if these fleeting experiences can just be touched upon and named. Oh, there's a sadness, there's a fear, there's a worry. There it is in my heart, in my chest, in my belly. And so this first stage is, can we just notice and name what is here, the quality of this experience? And the second stage in self-compassion is just remembering our humanness, remembering that we're not alone, that we're not the only person, no matter how much it may feel that way, to have ever felt what it is we're feeling right now, that there's this sense of shared common humanity, more so than ever right now, but in all moments, in all experiences that we may have. We'll never be alone, we'll never be the only person, no matter how much we may feel it. And this sense of that shared humanness that I was talking about before, that understanding that each of us are just doing the best we can to navigate this life and all that it offers us. So just this recognition of our humanness. And then the next stage is thinking about how we can bring tenderness, not trying to change or fix, but just a tenderness to this experience. So imagining for a moment if everything you just observed in your body and your experience, a friend had just shared with you, how might you respond to them? What might be the quality of the words, of the emotion that you offered that friend? Just taking a moment to reflect on that. Or someone you love very dearly, in what way would you respond? And just see if you can start bringing that same quality to yourself. Maybe you'll even place a hand on the body just so you can really have this sense of bringing this quality of friendship, or this exploration, if it doesn't feel enormously accessible, this willingness to try to begin to explore what friendship, what love might say to the parts of you that are experiencing what it is that you're experiencing right now. First, we recognize what we're feeling, what's arising, then we let it be and we recognize our common humanity. And then we see if we can bring a quality of friendship to it, of tenderness, of nurturing, holding. Maybe it's just like, I get this is hard right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through this. I understand. I'm here. I'm here for you. We don't need to know how to fix it or solve it. We just want to bring a loving presence, a tenderness. Just being curious as to how this practice sits with you, how it sits with your system. It might feel really unfamiliar to bring words of kindness and support. Perhaps we're more used to words of pushing, of motivating, of striving, of judgment. That's okay. For this moment, we're just exploring something different. And perhaps into this quality of friendship, we can start offering that loving metta, that loving kindness mantra, a wish of safety, of happiness, of health, of ease. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. And perhaps that's a way of supporting this tenderness, this quality of friendship, this wish of wellness to ourselves. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. And you might just imagine this as a light that we pour into the heart space, filling ourselves up. Moving our way towards this positive recall, this planting seeds of neural pathways through remembering of that which is. So taking a moment now to bring to mind a memory of a moment where there was joy, there was happiness, there was love, there was flow. Maybe just one of those things, maybe all of those things, but it was an experience that felt positive. And really get your attention upon it. Really remember the details. What were you wearing? What was the weather like? What was said? How did you feel? What was going on? Who was there? Enrich this memory deeply in detail. And then from there, feel yourself absorb it. Imagine the cells of your mind, the neurons of your mind, like the soil gratefully receiving the water. Imagine the neurons absorbing this memory like a sponge soaking into every bit of our being. As if lighting ourselves up from within. Bring hands to the heart, one hand placed on the heart, the other hand crosses over, placed on top. A final poem. The title is For Freedom. As a bird soars high in the free holding of the wind, clear of the certainty of ground, opening the imagination of wings into the grace of emptiness to fulfill new voyagings. May your life awaken to the call of its freedom. As the ocean absolves itself of the expectation of land, approaching only in the form of waves that fill and pleat and fall with such gradual elegance as to make of the limit a sonorous threshold whose music echoes back along the give and strain of memory. Thus may your heart know the patience that can draw infinity from limitation. As the embrace of the earth welcomes all we call death, taking deep into itself the tight solitude of a seed, allowing it time to shed the grip of form and give way to a deeper generosity that will one day send it forth, a tree into springtime. May all that holds you fall from its hungry ledge into the fecund surge of your heart. You bring your hands into prayer position. And coming to the end of the practice, the prayer comes to the third eye, to the heart, down to the earth. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Opening your eyes. Namaste.